Not going to throw anything, Josh? I was really expecting...
I
think he's too...
I really thought you were just going to say fuck you,
He doesn't have the energy for that.
Yeah, I really was expecting you to throw fuck you, Lauren.
Fuck you, Lauren.
Here's the thing. This is where I'm nicer than EE.
Oh.
The chance to make a choice as Morgan may or may not save her life.
I really, really love this choice because it's so multi-layered. I think, I speak for everyone, it's gotten so complicated in a really beautiful way where Morgan loves Mariko, but Mariko is also an evil dragon fighting against a not so evil dragon who's also pretty bad. And then there's the stuff that we don't fully understand yet. But most of all, we're fighting against two versions and two completely opposite agendas for the dragons and the actual people. So yeah, that's what I'm loving this.
And I love that Morgan's perspective is so everyone's perspective is so different.
I love it. I have enjoyed presenting characters that are at times directly antagonistic and at times directly helpful, and letting you guys decide what that means in terms of their overall goals.
Yeah,
I dig it. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this all culminates together and ends.
One of my major influences, I realized partway through writing it, was the YouTube series Carmilla, which was delightful. I recommend people watch it, but I didn't realize that until I was partway through, and I went, "Oh."
How do you spell that?
Carmilla, Carmilla. Carmilla.
Cool.
It's about a lesbian vampire.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sold. Yes.
Stop.
That's the sign language for lesbian vampire. There you go. Because it's like
it's
L and a V.
That's a V. And it's
Yeah, you want to be careful with that one, Dylan.
Yeah.
Hey, lesbian vampire.
Yeah.
That's one way to get blood.
From oral artery is a pretty good source.
Oh my god.
Oh, I was thinking something else.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Ooh.
Less teeth.
Oh dear.
Right. Anyway,
Dental dam required, am I right?
I'm not sure that they're that.
So anyway, I figured out how it's gonna end. There is one more piece of information you guys need. And
okay.
I will be providing that for you.
Genuinely, that should
Molly,
be don't give a
what
sword
the
to a
Grail
dragon.
does?
Yeah. It's what the Grail does.
It transforms
Yeah.
her
Figured.
into an old man. I don't know.
Transports you into an old man.
Yeah.
That is the thing of currently the plan is get the Grail, have the Grail, panic.
Yeah.
No.
I think
I know my plan with the Grail. I know 100% what I'm doing with the Grail, and I have for several episodes.
Despite what it does, you're just going to have a drink.
Regardless of what it
He's
does.
gonna drink it, yeah.
Nope, Lance knows exactly what it's going to do.
that will have some interesting consequences.
Bert just wants to see what's at the bottom of the pit. He doesn't even want the Grail. If he sees it, he's gonna be like, okay.
I have also enjoyed having to create a character that is Merlin is supposed to be the advisor and super helpful, and so I've had to justify why can't they help you?
Why don't you do all this, Merlin, since you're so super powerful and all that?
I do like that Arthur has encountered Merlin once, and it was in the first or second episode, and never since. I'm looking forward to her turning up and him being like, "Where the hell have you been? You're supposed to be the advisor. I didn't know who you were."
My advisor now.
Well,
Oh dear.
Morgan was the most active one.
It sort of works though, because Morgana was Merlin's.
Morgana and Vivian or Nimue were both students of Merlin in different ways.
Yeah, which has been really cool because we're magical mage type people, but we take things in such a different route.
Oh yeah.
And I've just loved seeing like how Morgan handles her magic versus how Vivian handles the magic. And then like the chat and like just the community like making their own perspectives on things has been so fantastic.
You've got the ability to shut people down by singing a song. Lance can do that. He just needs to take his top off and just the water streaming down his ass.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna let you take that move.
Damn it.
We got standing shirtless, all oiled up.
Wait, how old is Lance? Like, that's
he's 17.
17, I think.
Because you're junior, I'm a senior. Yeah.
Barnaby did it.
Barnaby did do it.
It's true. Take it off.
Yeah.
And we've.
But
come
Barnaby was
full
taking off
circle.
his shirt because Barnaby's shirt was magically enchanted.
True.
Yeah,
Not
Lance
because
took
he
off
was
his
trying to
shirt
be like,
because
hey,
he-
ladies.
Lance took off his shirt because he wanted to bind your wound.
That's
Nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Vivian
Nothing-
appreciated it.
And he clearly needed the entire shirt for that.
Vivian appreciated it so much. She was like, you know what? I'm willing to be friends with you, even with what you've done to her. And then you're like, she's manipulating me. I was like, I didn't even pull strings. I have like a bajillion strings on you. I didn't pull any of them whatsoever. Oh, I forgot to mark the charger as the thing too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but nothing
Wait, butts?
nothing
But-
has not confirmed that this does not take place in the same universe as Layla. It's just in the future.
Yeah, exactly. It can, but it would have to be the future.
Yeah. So
It's
this is
dark.
like post Layla.
Yeah.
It's 20 years, so none of the characters have even been born yet, apart from. like,
Yeah.
No, yeah, like actually, it turns out Vivian is actually the daughter of Layla and Imogen. That explains everything.
Oh my god.
That would be crazy.
Weird.
We haven't really perfected that yet. So arguably she was raised by one of them and like only the biological kin of the other
Well,
one.
you say that, but then there's Rob.
Super baby science.
It's just
I'm
a
not
case of
sure
since
I'd
you
want
have
that.
since you have both like genes that can create like a female from two female like
It's possible we
embryos,
just
you could just cross the
perfected
genes
it.
if you cross the right ones.
You just
Rob could
smash
do
them
it.
together like
A little
the
bit of
hand
That's
things
exactly
you're doing.
how that
You
works.
take 2 eggs, you crack them, you put them in a bowl, whisk 'em.
Whisk.
Oh wait, that's how you do scrambled eggs. Never mind.
Oh my
I
god.
There would be scrambled eggs. It would just be very, very small omelet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What if you just use like a magical whisk?
Yeah,
Because-
So
exactly.
do
Whisk them
I
together.
so
Take a
I
base
so
there.
would love I would love to
Take
play a
that
campaign where we are the children of like the main characters in Layla.
That would
that-
be a fun like
That would be
Follow-up.
fun.
show, like you know,
Yeah.
20 years later, sort of.
Yeah. That will be our 8th season. Because 7
would the movie
seasons
be?
in a movie, I think it is.
All right.
Well, you could do that with just do it with Monsterhearts and just change the skins for like the werewolf. That's fine. The slave, you've got the chosen. Then you've
Yeah.
got the
With
witch,
chosen.
Like
you got
the,
the
like the moment
the mortal.
we've announced that Layla season 2 is happening, and so we can now talk about it. We're just talking about it instead of the
I know, we're talking about how we could continue playing
Well,
Monsterhearts while
Yeah.
also
It sort of
continuing
meshes
to
up,
play
yeah.
Layla.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
god, this episode was really cool. At least I think it's fun for me because I actually got to do a lot more. I think in the past I just feel like Vivian hasn't had a moment to do the things that she's thinking, and now I'm like
I-
everything playing out into my plan.
Yeah,
Loved the
what
magic
is-
bubble.
What is she thinking?
What
'Cause,
is
like,
Vivian's issue? She's like, doesn't tell, she
What's
doesn't
the
tell anyone
damage?
anything.
I can't tell you because then you'll have a week to plot against me.
no metagaming
Can
here.
you tell me?
Can you tell me?
Yeah, I'll tell Lauren. But I don't know, and I never intend to use Lance. That's specifically why I never ever pulled strings, because people are like, oh, I don't like how Vivian's using Lance. I'm like, if I wanted to use him, I would pull strings. I have so many strings on him.
I mean, if
She
you
does
wanted
that
to use him, you would roll hot.
I'm not really hot,
Are
so
you
I
not?
don't know. I mean, I have one hot, so I could.
Better than -1.
I mean, Lance is one heart, so
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
thought you were more.
Perfect match.
no, he's 3 volatile.
Oh, that's
But
right.
not-
You're volatile. And I have strings, so I would get 2 then at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. If Vivian wanted to, I could have, when you were like putting your jacket on. I thought about it. I was like, man, what if? No.
Vivian promises herself to Lance in exchange for like, ooh.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. But I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah, no, from Lance's point of view, though,
know.
Lance is trying to be a good guy and be like, you know, I don't want to cramp your style and be around you, and this is also emotionally painful, so, like, you feel free to call me if you need, like, serious help, because I'll be there for you, but at the same time, it's too painful to be around you. You're a constant reminder of, I fucked up.
You done fucked up, man.
Yeah, you did.
Well, when the GM puts... like, girls are trying to kiss you on the sofa and you're in your darkest self.
You just say no.
It's not really possible.
Punch them. That should be your response to everything.
Yeah.
Morgan's like, punch them. Oh, God.
Hey, I punched like 2 people today. It was great.
You
That was
bring
big of Morgan to tell Lance. Shit.
Yeah, to apologize to Lance. I was not expecting that.
I was wondering, as soon as the Mariko thing came up, I was like, I can see a way of darkest self that makes complete sense. And when you went there, I was like, this makes complete sense. Until that point, I'd been like, I can't see a way for Morgan to actually want to apologize. Now, yes, I can see it.
Yeah,
I felt so
that was
Yeah.
good. Because he knows that, or they know that Lance is like going to be able to protect.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, I know Lance can swing a fist and a chair, and it tends to be protective, which will be very helpful to me. Whereas I almost went with Artie. I'm not interested in Artie right now. Artie, like, not best friends. Not best
Genuinely
Feeling is mutual.
felt a
Yeah.
little
Nothing
bad.
to do with Morgan anymore.
Oh, yeah, and Artie didn't invite Morgan to the council meeting. Like, I was like, damn. I mean, I expected it. I was like, damn.
Let's think of like he invited Gavin and Lance, but not Morgan.
Yeah.
I was half inclined to just jump out of the tree and go, "Ha! You're an awful leader. Bye bye."
I would have been
felt-
like, a sorcerer, by the way, kills me in the end. Don't.
Technically, Mordred kills you.
Morgan's like,
Instrumental in my death, if we want to get into that. It's all on the Wikipedia page.
oh man.
Yeah,
But
but,
also,
like, dude, I
like
meant
Guinevere
to, like,
betrays
betray
you with Lancelot, and then
Yeah.
Mordred convinces you to kick them out of the kingdom along with Agravain.
I should go
and then
find
eventually-
Gwen and roll hot.
That's
I mean, you are in a lock of weaponry with her. You have a sword in between the two of you. I mean,
Yeah. It's my sword. Who knows?
As a
It's not
reminder,
your
if you
sword, it's
steal
mine.
Excalibur, it does not have the benefit for you.
No.
yeah.
It
It
counts
immediately
as a weapon,
changes
right?
back.
But it doesn't even stay in its normal form.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it changes back to a pen. Okay. Because I was wondering if it would still be a sword. But yeah,
No.
cool.
As soon as you take it from her, then it would
Actually,
not
Lance
be.
doesn't know that. Lance assumes a sword is a sword, so he'd be like,
Oh yeah,
okay.
you would totally try to take it from her.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
Just,
And she's
just
not
a
as strong as
reminder,
you, I don't think. How much
No.
volatile does Gwen have?
Gwen doesn't have stats, right?
They don't have stats.
Oh, they
Yeah.
have stats. Oh man.
I can essentially decide however much harm.
Yeah,
God dealt,
hypothetically
and they
speaking,
can
I
take
imagine she's a
however much.
-1 or something. Because
I want.
that's the default.
Yeah, they don't get stats, so it's basically if I want it to happen, it happens, and I wanted her to stab Mariko, so it happened.
Yeah. You've been plotting this for a while, I feel, because you've definitely been
Actually-
solidifying the friendship between Gwen and Vivian, I feel like.
I came up with that last week.
I think
When
that's
you
a
guys started
response to
talking about-
you're not giving anyone Excalibur,
Was
right?
it the dance thing?
No, it was when you
Oh.
guys were talking about like who is gonna get Excalibur, and you hadn't given it to anyone, and I think I just kept trying as one
Yeah.
of the as anyone to convince you to give it to someone, and you hadn't done it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna have an NPC ask for it.
Well, it just none of it made sense
Yeah.
for anyone to have it.
Yeah,
No,
no,
It
completely.
was fine. So I
And I'm
but
really
I
glad I didn't give it to Artie or Lance because they are conspiring together. Like, what?
Oh no,
In
no,
this
that was they were
situation,
conspiring to
however,
try
I
and
wouldn't
play
know that it's
Nistraka.
Vivian.
the fight probably
well-
still would have happened just
Yeah.
without Excalibur.
They're conspiring to mess with one of the dragons.
Yeah, they're not conspiring against people; they're conspiring against the dragon. But it seems kind of pointless now. And by the way, Lance
Seems
is
like
only
you're
trying
conspiring against which dragon are you conspiring against exactly?
both of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
we're
think
trying to play the
Nistraka
dragons.
was the main one because that's the offer that
Yeah,
Lance played
but
to
like we
accept.
already knew that Gwen was kind of in with the people, but we didn't have any way to get the other dragon. So Lance was like, I can try and pretend to be like with the dragon, but that doesn't really seem to matter anymore. And the reason that Lance is currently trying to get the sword away is because it's a sword. take the weapon away, not because I want to have this sword, which, as far as I know, is just a pretty looking sword right now. I don't know this is Excalibur. Lance is just like, no, not having the sword. Take the sword away, because otherwise the alternative is stab Gwen with her own sword, which not wanting to do that right now, because that's a little bit extreme.
I'm quite enjoying the fact that I have direct control of the person who has Excalibur in their hands.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what to do with that.
You got a partial success, right?
Yeah, so partial success
full
means
success with harm, though.
I took harm.
The spell works, and then there's an offset, and in this case, the offset was that Morgan chose to take 1 harm, which is
bad.
Morgan healed at all recently?
Morgan healed at the beginning, which took them back down to 1.
And then I punched Morgan.
Then Lance pushed them on their ass, which put them back to 2, and then they did a spell, which puts them at 3.
Cool.
Morgan is...
Here we come.
I have a plan for Morgan, though, so it's fine. I've got a plan.
Can't have a plan if you die.
I'm horrified with Morgan having Gwen as a puppet while Gwen also has Excalibur.
I have
technically he has Excalibur, though.
Yeah, but I didn't plan for this.
Wait.
What happened?
What if
I
Morgan?
think there has to be some rules for Excalibur.
Oh no, technically Gwen's Excalibur. Puppeteer isn't. Morgan is Gwen.
Yeah.
Gwen is still Gwen, just the arms and stuff move as Morgan tells them to.
Yeah.
So wait.
Imagine giving instructions.
Couldn't Morgan just make Gwen stab herself with the swords, and then both dragons are dead?
That's not...
But Lance has his hands on the sword and is controlling it. That's one of the reasons that Lance did that.
Okay, so yes, I could.
What happens if I tell Gwen to do something?
You can pull strings the way you normally would.
Yeah,
but strings attempt someone to do something.
They have a puppet on them, so does it...
They may not be able to do it.
Yeah. And pulling strings is only
wondering how would we roll that battle? Like, how would we work that out?
Well, the puppeting isn't breakable, I think, unless we interfere with the casting, right?
So all of the hexes can be easily broken, but that's all they're easily reversible. That's all the text says, which generally for me, I tend to use as in some way, either the caster needs to choose to drop the spell or someone interferes with some aspect of it, or the person who is subjected to it is able to overcome it in some way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
like trying to tempt the puppet to do something won't do anything because they're still being puppeted.
Yeah. Also,
if
it's only tempt
through force of will, they would have done that anyway.
But if you're using, like, if I use my Excalibur aspect of it, I'm wondering if that would count as something different, but I don't know.
I mean, you could still do they fuck something up at a crucial moment.
Yeah.
And that would probably still work because it would interfere in some way with the puppeting, and then likely the puppet would end.
But it's okay at the moment because I still have control of the weapon. That's what that's why I was like, I grabbed the weapon. Either you drop the weapon or I'm controlling it. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's going to be great. We're going to have a fight. A bunch of people are going to climb down into a sinkhole. It's cool.
We're not wearing hard hats.
And not one adult is going to stop us.
Well, there's one adult, but she's not going to stop you.
An adult bird is arguably not particularly helpful in this situation.
She's not a bird right now.
She looked like one, though. Just kidding.
Well, that's confirmed.
You didn't know that she's been, like... Hasn't she been talking to Morgan?
She literally talked to you in human form.
They've had conversation. She was at the field. Everyone...
Oh, no.
Yeah,
right now...
We weren't just going...
Right now, at the sinkhole...
Why would she have turned back into a bird randomly?
Because she may
Are you asking right now, is she at the sinkhole?
No, I was asking, is she still available for help right now because she's not a bird?
She specifically was in a text message or in a chat saying that she's on her way.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, cool.
She told
That was a conversation
Morgan,
that happened.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on. A lot going on.
Yes, she is not in bird form. She's available for help. Or maybe she's in bird form, but she's still available for help. You don't know.
So she's texting back like, "Caca,
It's like,
I thought there was text messages that came back and forth, or a phone call.
Yeah. There've been multiple conversations with Miss Falcon. Definitely not as a bird.
Yeah.
You are so beautiful. No? Evolution?
Oh, see, I think of Little Rascals when I hear that song.
You guys are all fucking weirdos.
Evolution is a great film.
It's a funny film.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Evolution.
Oh
So bad.
man.
All I know is
wanna
that shampoo is
I
involved.
want to like do the bubble spell again because that was really fun.
Yeah,
really
with
cool.
Lance.
The magical moment.
I thought about doing that again with Lance, but I was like, oh, but it'll take away from the moment that was with Gwen. Because I wanted to do that again.
Wait, you wanted to have a special moment with Gwen, but you don't care about having any moment like that with Lance.
Well, we had a moment, but it wasn't like that. I was debating if I like would use that spell on you, but then I was like, no, I want Lance to help me out of his own accord, not use a spell. Whereas with Gwen,
Well, he'd still have the choice, right? With that spell, all it does is it gives you a.
no, you make a promise to me.
I can make a promise to you. I don't have to.
You have to. That's part of it. Is we make promises to each other, and we both gain a string on each
But
other.
I still have control of the promises that I can make, right? Like I don't have to promise whatever
we
you say.
agree on the promise that we
Yeah.
make.
So I can choose to be like, no, I don't agree to that promise. So Lance can still, but it becomes more binding or something, and it's out of phase of reality. So that, yeah,
It's specifically a bargaining ceremony. Like we are.
yeah, that's totally fine. Like he'd still help you out of his heart, but it'd be a very formal thing as opposed to a chill.
Which I didn't want it to be like that.
Yeah, no, I think that was the right call.
I think the awkward high school thing was much better.
Although it's going to be interesting when, like, after this stops, I assume that Lance will probably still have control of the sword. Something will happen to Gwen. Mariko's going to be like, Morgan's going to be running up to Mariko. And Viv's going to be like, can I have the sword back? And Lance is going to be like, wait, this belongs to you? What is going on? Why it doesn't have your name on it? I'm not sure who I trust right now.
Yeah, and
I
if
scrolled back in the Discord chat and saw the moment where someone posts, "No, don't do it, no, Gwen."
Yeah. And then she fucking did it.
She fucking
the
did
chat
it.
was freaking out whenever I gave the sword to Gwen too.
I was freaking out, and I waited till the end of the scene before freaking out, because I was like, I don't
No,
want
all of you guys had great reactions. It was awesome.
I had to hold it together.
Morgan's was the best because the whole time Morgan's like, gimme.
Because I knew this would happen. I could see it. I could see it in the future.
I think we talked about it a couple times,
Yeah,
and I
we
was like,
did.
I would give the sword to Gwen.
Don't say no. Don't say no.
You said at one point.
Mine now.
You said at one point you almost gave the sword to me, and then you almost gave the sword to Artie, and then
I almost gave the sword to Lance once. I have never almost gave
And
it
then
to
you made
Morgan
the
ever.
extremely wise decision of giving it to the person possessed by an evil dragon that wants to kill everyone.
Yeah,
Hey,
don't
I don't know
give
that,
it
per
to
se.
the knight who's in his darkest self. That's
Point
sensible,
out, that
but
dragon doesn't
dragon.
wanna kill anyone.
Gwen has
I mean,
been.
it just stabbed someone. I know that they are possessed,
Emotionally
but they are still a
unstable.
person.
Possessed,
Yeah.
confused, unstable, out of touch with reality. But sure.
Oh dear.
This is so much
Okay.
fun.
Tuesday's
Oh,
like,
God.
yeah.
I think this is probably a
So
good
it-
place to.
The major thing for me is like I just made everybody freeze, and now I'm like, oh god,
Don't
there's
keep
so
it
many
up too long.
directions I can make
A lot
this
of blood.
go.
So much blood.
have them all walk into those pitfall or the
Yeah,
giant
so-
Oh, yeah, there
hole.
was a point where Lance said he kicks Gwen back. I'm like, don't say into the pit. Don't say into the pit.
No, Lance was
Into
deliberately
the
trying to
pit
control
with
the
you
blade
all.
to not kill
That's
anyone.
fine. I'll make her walk in there.
Well, this is Avalon, and then yeah.
With the sword.
Well, technically enough to make sure Morgan survives, just Mariko, so...
Oh my gosh, don't do that. That's horrifying.
Oh, if Morgan makes Gwen walk in the pit, then
Yeah.
I push Morgan into the pit.
I feel like that's like making someone. Usually, when you have possession spells, there's a rule of like they can't commit suicide.
Yeah,
with it.
no, that's in
Yeah,
mechanical
They
games.
can't harm themselves.
Because
Yeah.
That's mechanical games, because otherwise it'd be too powerful. This is a narrative game, and so anything the MC says...
I'm pretty sure like the dragons could walk someone off a cliff, though that sounds like that would hurt them in some way. Because
Dragons can walk NPCs off cliffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
but
imagine
I
the
feel like
puppet
this-
spell can
the
walk
puppet
NPCs off cliffs
spell-
as well.
I feel like the puppet spell can't go that far.
NPCs.
The puppet spell is
NPCs.
OP, dude.
NPCs, also puppet spell. It's not balanced by mechanics, it's reality of the MC, which is fine.
What if can I like sing a song and have a message in the song?
I can talk about it.
Okay.
Please don't kill each other. It's really awkward. There's blood everywhere.
As long as you deliver it like a rap so that it's done quickly so that Mariko doesn't bleed out.
You just need a
On that
nightcall
note, we should
version.
probably end this after show.
We should. So that's going to be all kinds of fun. Out of curiosity, where was Mariko stabbed before we finish?
She said like
Got sliced,
She
right?
got
Flash
sliced
here.
up there was the second attack, but where's the
Yeah,
stab?
like a
the
stab
stabbing was
through the-
probably abdomen.
oh.
Okay,
punctured along.
that's survivable, but medical attention.
Yes.
Okay,
She
so
got stabbed with a sword,
it depends if
but
the
by
sword
someone
was...
who doesn't know what they're doing with a sword.
Yeah,
It was not through the heart.
yeah. Or
Also, I will
rib
point out,
cage.
Mariko is still well versed in martial arts.
Oh yeah.
Didn't use any of them, no, did she?
Well,
Most martial arts don't
not
teach you how to defend against a
Only-
sword. Knives,
only-
yes,
You know
but
how
they
to
normally
not get hit.
consist of yeah.
Gwen brought a sword to a fist fight.
Also, do they know about each other?
Yeah, I guess
Clearly.
so. I guess she wasn't just
yeah.
like, "Hey, Mariko,
Yeah.
by the way, that one time in the dinner hall where you pushed in
Yeah,
line,
but I mean
fuck
before,
your
'cause,
shit."
like they weren't talking before, so it's
Possessions were brief before.
something happened after the earth shook.
Yeah, the dragon spirits got free and they could more easily control. The bindings failed or whatever it is.
The spell is breaking.
Yeah.
Also, I will give you guys a hint that I based both Gwen and Mariko off of skins.
I figured.
As in Skins, the TV show.
Yeah.
I'm assuming at least
Oh, Cassie.
for Gwen is she Fae? Because interesting, because she did promises a lot.
She was Gwen is based off of the Hollow, and Mariko is based off of the Infernal.
I have yet to see the actual rules to Monsterhearts.
They're in this.
They're in Discord, in the pin post.
Yeah, they
To be
are?
fair, the
Very,
cheat
very
sheet, the
loosely
cheat sheet
based,
is
but that
literally
was
one
the
sheet,
original
and
inspiration.
it's quite
Oh
a
no,
large
the
font.
pin post got removed. That's right. Because
Oh.
we removed it whenever we were.
Yeah, I've just been going off what you guys say and what's on my character sheet. I'm like, all right.
There's a player reference sheet that has everything on it.
Yeah,
It's-
the player reference sheet is like literally 6 moves. That's the only thing that exists in Monster Hearts other than on your character sheet is like
I mean,
6
it's been
moves.
easy to figure
Yeah,
out.
it's
so.
really easy.
Yeah, it's a great system.
Very, very well
It's
designed.
great for what it does. I don't think it would work for many other things, but it's so good at what it does.
So good. I'm
makes it a
enjoying
good
it. So thank you so much, Lauren, for the journey,
Yeah.
and thank you guys for making
you.
amazing.
Well, the journey
very
isn't over yet. We have one more
Yeah,
episode,
ne-
but
Thank
that's
you,
gonna be
8-Bit,
interesting after show.
so much for joining us and now being a main part of this chaos.
Yes, I love
Yep.
being a part of it. It's so much fun.
Okay, so we're gonna quit this after show, and next week there's gonna be an interesting after show, which will go out to
The
everyone because it's
end.
an end of season after show.
That'll be
So,
everybody can watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that'll
That'll be
fun.
it. Oh
So,
man,
thank you
that's
very
gonna
much
be
for
our
enjoying the
last
journey so
episode
far.
together.
There's
No
one more
more
coming.
characters.
It's gonna be interesting.
Oh, I'm kind of sad now.
But in
Let's
future,
hope everyone dies.
don't give swords to mentally unstable people. Give them care and love and hugs and maybe cups
Very
of tea.
mentally stable to me.
This is why Morgan should have had the fucking sword.
Goodbye.
Maybe we just open swords. Bye.